Hey, before this video begins, I'm going to go over the build that I was using because it's not that complicated, but some people aren't really going to know the perks. So, I'm going to go over that before we actually get into the actual bully squad, you know. So, the number one most useful perk, and my favorite, is Friends to the End. It's a Chucky perk. Basically, after you hook somebody, you get to see your obsession's aura, and they become exposed. And if you hook your obsession changes, and they scream. So no matter what, you know you have somewhere to go after you hook somebody. The second perk is Ultimate Weapon, a Xenomorph perk. Whenever you open a locker, all survivors within a 32 meters of the locker scream and reveal their position. The third perk is going to be a Demogorgon perk, Surge. Basically, whenever you down somebody, all the generators nearby are going to explode and begin regressing, which is really good against gen rushers. So now our final perk is going to be Lethal Pursuer, a Nemesis perk. Basically, you get to see survivors at the very beginning of the round, and it makes it to where whenever you see a survivor's aura, it lasts 2 seconds longer, which helps for Friends to the End. Just for like a little bit of background, I hate Trickster with a passion. I think that he is a horrible killer. I just don't think that he's balanced at all, and I don't like how many times you need to hit survivors with knives for them to actually take a health state. So, I don't even know why I was playing him here, but I ended up actually going up against a bully squad, which you don't really see many of those nowadays. But also, I'm going to be kind of doing a live voiceover, because this is my first Dead by Daylight video, and I did not think to record my audio when going up against these players. So, right around here, you could see everybody switch to flashlights, which you know that you're about to go up against a bully squad if you see them switch to flashlights last second. And if you ask me, if you're going to use a flashlight, be open about it, because, it just seems really scummy to do it otherwise. So, first things first, get to see people with the aura, Lethal Pursuer. And I decided to go after these 3 people over here. Well, I thought there was 3. I don't know why I did. So I decided to ignore that guy because the way that he kind of smooth walked away made me think he was really good. So I decided to go over these 2 that are kind of paired together. And this guy, I don't really know what he was doing. And then he proceeds to 360 me. Yeah, I was not patient at all in this round. I just immediately swung every time. But other than get a couple knife hits right there, perfect. I normally have really bad aim with them. And as you can see through the rest of the video, I miss every single shot. So I'm surprised I even hit that guy 8 times. So I lose Steve right here, but I see Sable, so I decided to go for her. But then I see this Soma. I don't know who this character is. I don't play Castlevania. Or at least that's what I think he's from. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but so I decided to go after him because he's already injured, and I tried to go for a knife hit here, but it was super delayed, and I hit the corner. Yep, there's the bad aim I was telling you guys about. So yeah, this guy proceeds to loop me for what feels like forever because I cannot land a single knife throw to save my life. Yeah, I get super lucky here because this guy messes up and I'm able to get a free down, which gives me a surge value. It makes those generators explode. And these 2 both run up with their flashlights and they all miss. Super weird. I'm surprised that they did miss compared to their levels. And then all 3 decide to body block. All 3 of them. So, and then they break the hook. This annoyed me so much, especially when this guy had extra wiggle, so boil over. And then I get blinded. What's cool about Ultimate Weapon is every time that you reload, you get to see everybody around you. Sadly, there's only one. Sometimes you'll get to see a lot more, but so I get to go after this person. It's the Sable, and who in my opinion was their worst runner, but her level does not say that, which you'll see at the end of the video. She doesn't seem like she's that good. She's good, but she's not as good as everybody else in the game. So I decided to just keep going for my knife hits because I cannot catch her for some reason. But luckily, she decides to run away and go in a straight line. Hook her, and boom, instantly get friends to the end value. Sadly, it's their best player, but the friends to the end aura allows me to see him which way he goes when he vaults. So I try to, somehow I hit the knife hit. Oh my gosh, I don't remember that. I so hit the wall there. So I try to hit this guy with my knives. He dodges every single one. I'm able to get an M1 hit, which I don't know why I call it an M1. I'm playing on a PlayStation. It's not a mouse click, but I'm able to switch obsessions when I hook this guy, which means he won't be my obsession anymore. So their best runner, I don't have to chase him anymore. So, of course, I do have to reload because he took away all of my knives. So there's a weird cut in the footage there. I'm sorry about that, but so for some reason I decided to just only throw knives at this guy, which it worked. I feel like it would have been easier to M1, but whatever. But if you look to the right of the screen, you can see that Soma, and I somehow didn't see him until about right now. And I decided to reload on my knives, but sadly that means that his exposed status is probably going to go away after a second. So I start chasing him, and right there his aura goes away. And this guy is really good at smooth walking away, which doesn't really sound like a skill, but okay. He then sits there and just hides at this pallet, which this is a very unsafe pallet, I cannot lie. And I still have my knives out, so I go for a knife hit there. So I do a locker check here. Well, it was meant to be for a reload, but hey, I get to hear Sable that's right next to me, and she's obviously going for the hook, so that was good on me. But I thought she was going to the hook, but she wasn't. At that point, I don't even care what she's pointing out. She's probably just trying to trick me. I don't even know. But like I said, she's probably their worst runner, so I can easily cut her off there. And boom! Quickly get her down. That's probably the fastest chase of this entire video. But of course, Steve shows up. I hate this Steve, bro. He's just like my least favorite player. So I try to find somebody, and boom, there's a loud noise event. That's somebody getting unhooked. But he tries to smooth walk after I hit him and then hide. I don't even know what he was trying to do there. There's Steve again. I'm not letting him get another flashlight. I thought he was going to drop pallet, which he didn't. I downed Sable because she wanted to break the hook like an absolute jerk. She starts crawling away. I swing at her being toxic. We don't talk about that. So I don't see Steve. Pick Soma up. I start going to the hook. And of course Steve is back. Why wouldn't he? And so I drop Soma here, which I feel like was a good move on my part. I can't lie. But I don't know what it is with me and throwing my knives. I should have just been hitting him there. Sable somehow gets back up. I don't know if it's like it was a boon, I'm pretty sure, or unbreakable. At this point, I didn't know. I'm like 99% sure it was a boon though. He flashlights me from all the way up there, which really cheeky hit. And then he shows up again and blinds me. This stupid Steve. And then he wants to teabag me. Oh my gosh, dude. Like I said, most annoying player I've ever met. So I have no idea where he is right now. I'm just kind of running around hoping I find him. Luckily I do. And so I'm tunneling the Steve at this point. I hate this guy. So I get a free down. Nice. So I start looking around. Is there anybody nearby? Ooh, locker check. So I open up the locker. Everyone was nearby. I run upstairs because there was 2, but then I see Sable vault. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go after this Sable. She's escaped from my shoulder 50 times at this point. I do not like this team. And I didn't realize Steve had gotten up, so I go after Sable, pick her up, but I start going to the hook. There's Steve again to ruin my day. Both of them. And I don't know how Soma ended up on the ground, but he is now. You can hear him break the hook there. And so there's Steve. And there are 2 of them, so I can't tell the 2 apart except for their pair of glasses. So I start kind of like glitching out a little bit. It's hard to tell. He 360s me. And then 360s me again. I end up downing him there, which seems like a pretty weird hit. I don't think I should have been able to land that, but I'm thankful that I did. And then there's Sable again. She still wants to try to get a flashlight save. And like, just, I hate these players. She's still all up in my face. I down her. Of course, Steve breaks free. And so now they're both over here, and they break the hook. Why? I don't get it. So I knock down that guy. And then boom, I see the last Steve. At this point, I think it's game over. Okay, he starts running. I'm right on him. Boom. All 4 on the ground. Like, you think it's game over, but there's still 4 minutes left of the video. And no, I'm not going to show you every little bit of me trying to pick everybody up. No. Yeah, these players are so annoying with their boon totems. I put this guy on the hook, and oh my gosh. No scream, so I have no idea where my info is at this point. I don't know what it is with other players, but killers seem to just like hate the basement. I think it's really good as a killer, although it is kind of toxic. Like, yeah, but oh, never mind. Sable's back up. But back to the basement. I don't know why other players like just don't use it as much as I do. I think that although yeah, you shouldn't camp the basement, it's still a good option because then once they get them off the hook, they're a lot of the time they're gonna heal. And somehow this dude gets all the way up from healing, like from the ground. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like, there's one perk that I don't know that he had, but somehow he's able to get from downed to healthy. Somebody needs to explain that to me. That just does not make sense. Because he should have gone down there. There's Sable again, but I decided to go after Steve because he wants to body block. In my opinion, if you're willing to body block, you're willing to go down for your team. I don't care. You don't get to just body block me and then leave. But I find Sable. This guy just shows up every time. So, I just realized they got dude off the basement. Put him on the hook, and if you look, you can see that the explosion is kind of downwards, which means they're in the basement and they're healing. So that means they're healing in the basement, of course, which just saying is weird that everybody does that. I go down to the basement, and of course, I hit the one person that isn't injured. And the way she just looks at me and then goes back to healing is just so funny to me. Go back, I knock this dude. No, I don't. Never mind. I thought I did. There he is. Now he's down. I just need to find the last guy, I thought, and I win. But of course, this is the Steve that I hate. The one that 360s me around every corner. But he makes the slightest mistake. And something cool, I get a Mori. Yay! Finally, some sort of payoff against this team. I don't really like Trickster's Mori though. It seems too flashy to me, but whatever. I get to kill the one guy that I hated a bunch. There's Sable. I thought I could Mori her, but I couldn't, so I decided to just hook her here. Because the guy already died on hook, so I can't get a quad Mori, which is the reason why. So now all I need to do is find this last Steve before he gets up. And if he gets up, then he's gonna find Hatch. So I need to find this dude, otherwise the game ends. And he wins. If I find him, I win. If he gets up, he wins. But I can kind of hear him whimpering, looking around. There he is. And I get my Mori. So after all of that, I got some sort of payoff. I got 2 Moris and a YouTube video out of it. Funny thing is that Sable ended up messaging me after the game talking about how sad she was that I didn't Mori her because she has Trickster in her name. Which, yeah, that's kind of weird. This is me standing still because I was celebrating and clipping it. I was super happy at this moment. I decided to not clip until I get to see their levels. And, oh my god. What are these levels? This is the highest levels I've ever seen, bro. Okay, I didn't know that the recording could go this long. So that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I don't really have an ending to it. Ignore what happened at the last bit, because if I wanted to fix that, I'd have to like redo the like last 5 minutes of the video, which I don't want to. So I hope you enjoyed, and tell me if you like this kind of content, because I'm normally a Minecraft YouTuber. So it'd be nice to have some replies on whether or not you like the Dead by Daylight content.